Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to Midday News on Global TV. We are live in the nation's capital, Abuja, and I am Ogochukwu Mobuno. President Bola Tinubu has reassured that his administration would continue to put in place policies aimed at industrializing Nigeria. A statement by Special Advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Ajuri Ngelale, says Tinubu disclosed this when he received a delegation of the African Association of Automotive Manufacturers and the Nigerian Automotive Manufacturers Association. The president, represented by his chief of staff, Femi Gbajabiamila, met the members led by the Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, Doris Uzoka Anite, in Abuja. President Tinubu urged the association to look into producing vehicles that would be affordable for all categories of Nigerians as government rolls out consumer credit for millions of citizens to purchase vehicles and other essential goods and services. The National Examination Council, NECO, has digitized the recruitment process for examination supervisors and assistant supervisors for the Basic Education Certificate Examination and the Senior School Certificate Examination, SSCE, both internal and external. The digitization seeks to check sharp practices in the recruitment process as well as to enhance efficiency and effective service delivery. The digitization process, which involves migration from the manual recruitment of supervisors and assistant supervisors to online system, would ensure that supervisors' nomination forms, appointment letters, and supervisors' e-photo album are generated online. Katsina State Governor Diko Rada has defended trip of the Northern governors to the United States of America, stating that the objective was to seek lasting solution to the insecurity affiliating the region. The governors faced heavy criticism for their recent visit to the U.S. However, Governor Rada stated that they were invited to attend the meeting, which, according to him, was not at the instance of the selected governors of the northern state, but at the request of the United States Institute of Peace. Yobe State Governor Mai Mala Buni has assured security operatives of the State Office Administration's continued support to enhance their performance to further secure the state. He gave the assurance in his office in Damaturu, the state capital, when he was presented with an award won by the Operation Habamaza Security Outfit as the best police patrol of outfits in Nigeria by the Nigerian Police Force. Governor Buni commended security agencies in the state for synergy and teamwork, which he noted to have grossly reduced the rate of crime across the state. On his part, State Commissioner of Police CP Garba Ahmed commended Governor for establishing the Habamaza outfit, saying it has remained a strong pillar of fighting crime in Damaturu. Lagos State Government has issued a 48-hour ultimatum to illegal squatters at the abandoned Ikoyi Tower, Lagos Island, to evacuate. The State Commissioner for the Environment and Water Resources, Tokunbo Wahab, gave this notice during an inspection of some identified sites, including the abandoned federal government property, Ikoyi Towers. The Ikoyi Towers, located behind the abandoned Federal Secretariat, Ikoyi, comprises of 3 blocks of 12 floors, tagged A, B, and C. Wahab said the quit notice has become necessary to protect lives, a task he noted is the primary functions of any responsible and responsive government. The governorship candidate of the Labour Party in Edo State, Olumide Akpata, has expressed disappointment over the decision by the state governor, Godwin Obaseki, to swear in only 5 out of 8 judges of Edo State High Court. Governor Obaseki had on Friday sworn in 5 judges to the bench of the state High Court. This, he said, was in line with the commitment to strengthen the judiciary due to its role in the democratic process. However, it did not sit well with Akpata, who condemned the Obaseki actions to swear them in 11 months after being recommended by the National Judicial Council. Minister of Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, has approved the appointment of Joseph Damfulani Narai, Luka Ayedo Nizasan, and Aliyu Yakubu Ndatsu of the new Sakarui of Karu, Esu of Kwali, and Esu of Yaba community of FCT, respectively. The Sakarui of Karu is the second-class chief in the Abuja Municipal Area Council, AMAC. Esu of Kwali is the second-class chief in Kwali Area Council, and Esu of Yaba is a third-class chief in the Abaji Area Council of the FCT. The Monday Secretary, FCT Area Council Service Secretariat, Beatrice Lawrence Gariki, who presented the appointment letters to the new chiefs on behalf of the FCT minister, said they emerged following the death of the predecessor in their respective chiefdoms. 7 people have lost their lives when a petrol-laden tanker detached and exploded in motion on the Warri Sapele Expressway at Ometan Community, Okwe local government area of Delta State. The trailer had dismembered on the road after the tank body separated from the truck head, and the impact of the crash triggered a massive fire. Governor Oberivori, who headed straight to the accident scene, empathized with the community of the unfortunate incident. The federal government has disclosed that it will flush out persons in public and private organizations working with fake certificates. Minister of Education Professor Tahir Mahmoud disclosed this when he received a report of an inter-ministerial investigative committee on degree certificate miling from the chairman of the committee, Professor Jibrila Amin. Mahmoud, who expressed sadness over what was uncovered during the investigation, said the ministry would work with relevant agencies to sanitize the education sector and get rid of any fake tendency, while noting that the ministry is determined to take steps to sanitize the system. He vowed to take actions to ensure standards are enshrined in the system. The management of the University of Abuja has said that academic and administrative activities on campus will go on despite the reported strike embarked on by the school's chapter of the Academic Staff Union Universities, ASU. The Vice Chancellor of the University, Professor Abdul Rashid Naala, who said this during a meeting with provost, deans, director, and heads of academic department, described the strike as divisive and unnecessary, vowing that the management would never allow the school to be crippled again. The family of an asthmatic patient, Chiagozie MDK, allegedly rejected by Federal Staff Hospital Gwarimpa, Abuja, has called for shutdown of the facility. The family blamed his death on the failure of the hospital staff on duty to attend to him when he was rushed there. Anthony Mamodu has the details.
People have died. Sir, who and who were on duty on that day?
The 37-year-old was said to have experienced asthmatic attack and rushed to the hospital only to be rejected by medical personnel on duty. According to the family members who staged the protest to the Federal Staff Hospital, DK would have still been alive if the hospital had attended to him. The protesting family, however, demands the hospital be shut down within the next 72 hours.
Yes, but no, you see, they have a roster of doctors.
Yes, no. You see, this case,
patients that are on admission should be able to be referred to other facility. It is our demand that in 72 hours, this hospital should be shut down pending investigation from the hospital management board and the authorities that has the jurisdiction.
so many lives have been lost here. What if you take these reports here to the government? If there is anything you people are lacking, this will help this place.
But Chief Medical Director of Federal Staff Hospital Gwarimpa, Dr. Olukontun Adewumi, said he was not aware of all cases cited by the protesters, describing the death of DK as unfortunate. He, however, pleaded with the aggrieved protesters, promising to look into the matter.
It's unfortunate that I'm just hearing this for the first time.
Can you imagine how poor?
Now, but I felt, yes, no, because I don't know, I don't think I've ever met any of you. Yes, and I'm not aware that this patient was brought here and that such an ugly incident occurred. But I want to appeal to you, bring up your illness so that we look into, we can't allow this one to continue, so that we investigate, so that we investigate what happened.
There is no gainsaying that any medical situation deserves a medical attention to save a life and save the nation. Anthony Momodu reporting for Global Television News.
You're watching Midday News coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We're on StarTime channel 276. Kindly follow us on all social media platforms using at Global TV NG and other handles now showing on your screen. When Midday News returns, these and other stories coming to you right after the break. Welcome back to Midday News. If you're just joining us, this is Midday News live on global television. On the foreign scene, Britain's ruling conservative brace for further losses in local elections, their worst results in recent memories, and a key test before a general election to be held by January. Prime Minister Rishi Sunak's party lost nearly 500 councillors and control of 12 councillors as well as parliamentary seats after voting Thursday across a swathe of England saw the Labour opposition make huge gains. The beleaguered Tory leader faces more likely defeats when results of crunch mayoral races in London, Liverpool and Manchester are announced Saturday, but it is hoping to retain the West Midlands. Truce talks were expected to resume in Egypt aimed at halting months of war in Gaza between Hamas militants and Israel that have triggered widening protests around the world. Mediators from Qatar, Egypt, and United States have been waiting for the Palestinian Islamist movement to respond to a proposal that, according to details released by Britain, would halt fighting for 40 days and exchange hostages for Palestinian prisoners. Months of negotiations stalled in part of Hamas' demand for a lasting ceasefire, and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin repeated vows to crush the group's remaining fighters in the Rafah along the Egyptian border of Gaza's far south. In business, the British High Commissioner to Nigeria, Richard Montgomery, says the trade relations between Nigeria and the United Kingdom have reached £7 billion. Speaking in Abuja, Montgomery announced that the two nations have signed a new agreement on enhanced trade and investment partnership. The agreement aims to boost cooperation in key sectors such as agriculture, creative industries, illegal services, financial services, and education. The Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission has structured the transmission company of the Nigerian by establishing the Nigerian Independent System Operator of Nigeria Limited. The development was announced in an order signed by the chairman of the commission, Sanusi Garba, and vice chairman, Mr. Muslim Oseni, in Abuja. This is coming almost 4 years after the company said it was consulting stakeholders as it moves to implement the onboarding of the transmission company of Nigeria into two entities. The Naira traded at a loss at the official market, depreciating to 1,402 Naira against the United States dollar. According to data from the FMDQ Exchange Securities, the Naira dropped by 12 Naira or 0.86% from the 1,390 Naira recorded at the close of trading activities on Tuesday. There was no trading activities on Wednesday due to the Workers' Day celebration. At the Nigerian Autonomous Foreign Exchange Market, the intraday high closed at 1,445 Naira on Thursday, weaker than 1,450 Naira on Tuesday. The intraday low also depreciated to 1,299 on Thursday as against 1,200 on Tuesday. The Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission says the international oil companies have proposed 26 oil blocks to divested to indigenous companies with 8.211 million barrels of oil reserves. The Commission's Chief Executive Benga Kumolafe said this at the industry dialogue on IOC's divestment of oil and gas assets in Abuja. The NUPRC said it had also engaged two leading global oil and gas decommissioning consultants to carry out due diligence on the proposed 26 oil blocks to be divested. The federal government says it will be granting license to gas companies with no capacity to build pipelines for gas distribution. These, the government said, became necessary to discourage the transportation of compressed natural gas through the roads. The Minister of State of Petroleum Gas, Ekperikpe Ekpo, made this disclosure when he was in Abeokuta, the Ogun State capital. Ekpo had visited Abeokuta for an on-the-spot assessment of Saturday's CNG's explosion at the Otoshin. That's it on Midday News, and it's coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We're on Star Times channel 276. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms using @Global TV NG and other handles now showing on your screen. I am Ogochukwu Mobno. Thank you for watching. See you again.